Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we look at probably my new favourite set by Funwhole, the Retro Hunting Cabin. And here it is, and I have to say it is just so nice. Over 2,000 pieces, packed with details, just look at it. And it's got a light kit included as well. Minifigure, bear, dog, great stuff. So you've probably already seen some of the details in my unboxing and build vlogs. So I'm not going to go crazy in depth about this review here, but I mean what you see is what you get. And oh yeah, it's just so nice. Like, yes, okay, they did send this set to me to review, but you know, they didn't give me a script or anything. I can tell you if it's bad. Like, do you know what? There's something I don't like. Yeah, you see this wire right here? That's not great, you know? I'm sure there could have been a better way to hide it. I mean, the rest of the wires are very well hidden, including some use of like double thick walls just to hide wires in between. But yeah, that one up front, not great. And like the tree here, that's on a bit of flex tube, which is good because usually Funwhole's trees are very weak and they just fall over, as I pointed out in the wood cabin and the A-frame build vlogs, where nice looking trees, but they just fell over. This one's got a flex tube in it, but the flex tube was bent, so the tree is kind of curving over, which if you look at the instructions in the box art, it's supposed to stand up tall and straight. This one wasn't, obviously, because that flex tube was bent. I mean, I'm personally not too bothered because I think it looks kind of cool. Like the tree is leaning over the house, but it's not supposed to be like that. And then you got some other loose wires sticking out here, but the rest of them are all very well hidden, and they all kind of converge inside the doghouse here, which you can just lift up and then they're in there. But yeah, you don't see anything else, and then the battery box is actually hidden for once. This is only the second time I've seen them actually hide the battery box in the set, because they did it in the first set with the wood cabin, but then every set I had after them, it was just kind of left sticking out awkwardly, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. So I was glad that this one can just slide under there, and you can easily access it to kind of turn the lights on and off and switch out the batteries, and it's white, so it blends in with the snow. It's not a black box sticking out. Good to see. So let's take out the battery box and turn on the lights. So to access it, I just take off these two small parts and slide it out. It can be a little bit tricky, but there's enough room for you to slide it out. So let's turn it on. And, well, there you go. I mean, it is kind of brightly lit up in the studio at the moment, but you can see the lights. And even the tree, for some reason, I don't know why, it has a light through it, but it looks like a cool effect going through the flex tube, so sure. And then you can see it's lighting up the interior details nicely. And here's some more of the lights on the outside with these lanterns up here, down there, and then these candles, which they do kind of flicker on and off. So that's a nice little effect. They're not just constantly on. And the doghouse lights up as well. I guess it does look a little bit strange with the tree lighting up, but yeah, as I said, it's a cool effect in the dark. Just a bit strange as to why it's kind of glowing down there. Now let's take a look inside and see what's going on in there. And the roof can be easily detached, so you can just, let me just spin it around there. And unlike the A-frame cabin where there was wires stuck to it and you couldn't really get it out, there's no wires stuck to it. So you can just lift it off like that, as easy as that. Similar to the first wood cabin set they did. And to get some more easier access inside the interior, this wall can fold down. So it is actually a complete build. And then we've got a nice little interior space inside. So we've got a nice little cozy living area down here. And this build for the bottle, at first I didn't realise what it was, but it just looks so perfect. It's like an iconic square glass bottle. You've got the flame in the back there, which is kind of fading on and off. And then upstairs is a little access by the ladder. And he doesn't have a bed, but he does have this kind of bear skin rug, or I guess it could be a bed on the floor. It's just really low, but he's got his little gun there and his little drink as well. So it looks like he's clearly been resting up there. And then, as you can see, the lantern does light up. There is a wire here, but it's not the worst. And again, you can't see it otherwise. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the walls are double thick. So you got space to hide these wires inside there. And they kind of all into the doghouse where they all just kind of rest in there. I mean, I suppose that's the only real main issue with sets of light kits, is that it's hard to hide the wires, right? Some people get too fussy about it. Like, for me personally, I don't like seeing them all on show. Like, I can forgive, you know, these ones which they've made in this pretty much a similar colour to the brick, so it doesn't stick out too much, which is, again, something which they haven't usually done before. So that's good to see. But yeah, this one is probably the worst. Like, surely they could have hid that inside somehow, which would have been better. But I mean, overall, I can't pick any problems with the build. Apart from my little problems with the wires for the light kits, which, you know, you're always going to have. I don't have any faults with the actual build itself or the structure of everything. Like, sure, you think, oh god, these are all going to be flimsy, stuck together, but each one of these has bars, like, you know, bar pieces going through, so they're all reinforced and they're not going to break off. It's the same for all the walls, which use that technique. Bars running along inside here, so it's not just connected by like the brick itself, it's also connected by the tubes inside, so it's nice and secure. some studs on the side, building techniques to pretty much build this whole thing, including the windows actually on like sideways and things. So that's very nice. But yeah, cozy little setup in there. And there are less stickers in this set. As you can see, the pictures on the back here, they are stickers, but other things are prints. For example, the wood panels on the roof. In the past, they would have been stickers, but no, they're all prints. All these smaller ones on here, they would have been stickers in the past. Now they're prints. So that's good. Because, I mean, sure, stickers are great, but if they can be prints instead, I'd rather have a print all day long. So, Funwhole, if you're listening, more prints, please. This is good. Keep it up. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with the set. And of course, the little minifigure. I mean, if you've seen Funwhole minifigures, you know what to expect. But yeah, it's kind of nice. And the bear as well, which doesn't come as one piece. You do have to kind of assemble his whole body, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, packed with some details. And overall, a very nice set. So I didn't have any missing parts. I had no building difficulties. Everything kind of went together pretty much well for the first part. Yeah, no missing parts. All the lights were working on the first try. And of course, they've improved the light connectors. So in case you need to unplug and replug, it's so much easier now. And there are some things which even they've recognized it themselves that they're going to plan to improve in future versions. For example, the pipe in the tree kind of has a bit of inconsistent lighting according to them, which I mentioned myself, as you can see. You know, it's kind of orange at the bottom and then it's got a bit bluey, whitey at the top, so it doesn't look all that great. It's a nice effect, but it doesn't quite make sense, so they've recognised it themselves. And they even said that the bear is a little bit ugly, so maybe they'll come out with a new bear mould as well. It's nice that, you know, they've improving things and they're listening to our feedback and they're aware of things themselves. So that's really good to see, honestly. Oh, another thing that they've changed is the instruction booklet. Again, it still has that very premium feel with, you know, the nice pictures of the set and step-by-step guides and how to make sure everything's working. But before, the paper was a bit glossy, so sometimes if you were shining like a light on it, you know, you couldn't really see what was on the paper. And especially in my experience where I had my instruction booklet on the desk, sometimes, you know, the shining of a light would make it a bit harder to see what was on there. There's a bit of a glare, so they've changed the paper type to a bit more a matte finish now, so it's easier to see, so that's good. And hey, Funwhole, again, if you're listening, I can't think of anything bad you've done. You've only made good improvements. So yeah, keep it up. So thanks again to Funwhole for providing this set to review for you guys. Let me know what you think about it, because, you know, these are all my honest opinions and it is definitely my new favourite one. I did really like the A-frame cabin that they did, but I think this is just slightly got the top spot for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with your friends.